Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Daffy Duck in Hollywood for the Sega Master System, also available on Game Gear. In the last video, we took on World 3, and now we're going to take on World 4. World 4 has a bit of a gimmick to it, and this will become a little more difficult compared to other worlds for the first time player. Assault and Peppered. So instead of the gun, you have a kick you can do in the ground, a chop you can do when you are crouching, and a flying kick. You also have a somersault for a jump. There are some enemies you can defeat, there are some you cannot. This little guy in particular you cannot defeat, the little yellow spiky turtle guy. If you try to fight him, your attacks will not work, and your green throwing star will bounce off. Yeah, there is a green throwing star, a green 6-point throwing star that you can pick up as a weapon, and that will replace all of your martial arts, which you will want, by the way. Don't get too close to the ninja. He will throw a throwing star at you, and that's not good. This robot will perform a chop attack that shakes the ground and shakes the screen, but thankfully does not stun you if you are close enough to him. Also, watch out for spikes, watch out for slopes. There's an enemy here coming up which you do not want to tangle with. He's right there. Watch out for the pots too, because they spit out projectiles that do disappear after a while. But yeah, this guy, also invincible. You cannot hit him from the back or the front. Do want to get rid of this guy, though. Do not go to the right from here. That is death. You will not be able to get out. So, don't do it. Don't go there. And there's no way I'm going to be able to avoid grabbing that one, no matter how hard I try. So I just want to be very careful how I do things here. Yeah, I want to make sure I grab that and just get what is over here. Take care of him. There's nothing past there. We can't go over there if we wanted to. So, oh, and there's this place too. Yeah, you'll notice that he's there when he shakes the ground like that. Yeah, really easy to tell that you're missing an enemy if you go over here into this general area and you see the screen shaking. Of course, we are going to have to go up here again. And you need to remember that you're just left of center. And you just kind of need to get used to how the screen orientation is. So that way, you can get to where you need to and not have to worry about anything. Now, there's a slope here, but it just takes you to this platform. And I want to be careful going over here, because there's some stuff that I can miss on this end as well. Managed to get him. That's a good thing. And I can stand over here if I need to get the throwing star. Thankfully, the turtle will just cower there, so I can just get to where I need to go. And I need to remember not to hold down while holding right on my controller, because that's what's making me go right on accident sometimes. I am making this look a lot easier than this actually is. You want to be very careful going this way, because underneath all those ropes that act as hooks, that's instant death. I'm not sure if it's a spike pit or if it's a bottomless pit or what. But it's bad news all the same, and you don't want to be caught in all that. And I'm not seeing anything here, so let's go. And once you go past where that fence is, that's the end of Scene 1. Now, just like the previous chapters, the previous worlds that we've been in, Scene 2 and 3 will both have their own statuettes. And we need to pick those up. We need to find out where they are and pick them up. Especially when, again, they can be pretty easy to miss. So here's Scene 2. We're going to be back to our own devices. We're going to be back to the martial arts. There's an enemy in this general direction. Want to be careful with him because he will attack in place, and if you throw a star at him while he is in his attack frames, the stars will bounce off. And that's no fun for anyone. And there is more places I would like to go to. More dollars. More pickups and everything. Do want to go over here, though. Here's the guy from earlier who was shaking the screen. Wondering what he was doing. There's a U. There's the dollars. Yeah, sometimes that little wolf guy will stop and look around every once in a while. You can use that as your opportunity to attack him if you need to. Just be careful, especially if you have the... or if you don't have the throwing star. You want to be careful. Nothing up there but death and spikes, so let's just go over here. There is the statuette. How do we get it? Well, first of all, we need to take care of this guy. And we can go through this little wall right here, and then we can go through this wall to get the diamond and a statuette. So we now have that. Works for me. Hey. Hey. As long as he's not in his attack frames, as long as he's not in his attack animation, he won't be able to knock the stars back. Are you serious? I can drop down there? Well, at least I still have my stars. Still. Do I have to get this? Do I have to get the thing again? I know I don't have to get the enemies again, but do I have to get the statuette again? I do not have to get the statuette again. I'm kind of surprised by that. That's really interesting. What about pickups on any of these fronts? Hope no bubble stuff respawns. Oh, I didn't see you. So apparently this bubble stuff, the power-ups that I picked up before, I don't have to worry about picking them up ever again, which is great. Anyway, we've got the statuette. We might as well just go ahead and go over here. Oh, and he will turn into a tornado as well, that little guy. The wolf kung fu guy who will stop every so often, every once in a while. That guy's invincible, so we can't do anything about him. At the same time, I want to be careful and watch where I'm going. Especially when there's stuff right there. And let's see what happens if we go down here. Surely there's something. If I wait around long enough. Apparently there's nothing there. I will take care of him, though. Alright, just need to be careful getting around. I know I have an extra hit, but at the same time, things that you don't want to happen will happen if you are not smart about things sometimes. Oh, it's a good thing I went over here. There we go. Drop down here. Okay. Do we get credit for the statuette? Please tell me that I do. We do. So we didn't have to pick that up ever again. And I don't get to replace the one-up that I lost. Do not like that. But now it's time for 4-3. It's time for Scene 3 of Assault and Peppered. And statuette here is really easy to miss. I know that because in the practice run for this, I missed it. Go up here and get the star first. You want that. No matter what. There's a Y. There's a pit there. Can't believe I didn't get hurt by him. I just as easily could have had. Let's make sure we get this. Get the money. I'm not liking that slope, so let's not go down there. Just time our throw of the stars correctly, and we should be able to get there to where we need to go. Okay. There's land down there. I'm okay with that. Had to look a little to the right to figure that out. And there's a Y. Make sure you are done before you go over here, or else you're taking a big running jump back to the left. Now that we've gotten rid of that Asian stereotype, let's go ahead and look around. There are hooks here. We can easily not use them to get up there. The game throws us a bone in this particular instance. That one set of hooks in Scene 1, near the end, worst one, because that's the only one that has, like, death below it. The rest is just, eh. We'll just make this easier for you. You're welcome. Now down here, there's an F. And to the left of here is the statuette. That's what I call easy to miss. And you have to watch out for that turtle in order to get it. So yeah, not exactly the most fun thing. And of course, you will need to use these hooks to get back. Once you go through this wall here, yeah, you're not getting the statuette if you missed it. So yeah, these hooks, your last chance to get that statuette in case you missed it. All right. Don't want to get that, even though it's of no use to me because I still have my star. Because I want to see what else is over here. It's a good thing we did because there's a K. I want to be very careful how I get around here because, again, bad things happening when you are not playing it smart. That is death. Well, more than likely that's more of a spike pit. At least you can get out of that. But yeah, and don't go any further to the right from here because that's also death. Or rather, it's a spike pit that you can get out of, but do you really want to? Do you really want to mess with things around here that you shouldn't mess with? And that's the exit, but go up here. There's an F. And I thought there'd be more stuff here. I guess not. At least I got the statue. At least I got the little statuette there. And that is World 4 finished. Couldn't find any Ds for the Daffy Duck word, but we now have 8 statuettes, and we are now on Worlds 5 and 6. Things will be getting a little interesting here. Join me next time for World 5. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!